Huge shout out to the Noti Gang. If you guys want to get featured in today's video, all you guys have to do is like this video, subscribe, post notifications, and leave a nice comment with your gamer tag. So recently, the YouTube streams have been absolutely insane. And I just want to remind you guys, I go live every single day at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're actually going to go live a little bit earlier today at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But we're going to go right into the class setup. And guys, I've been sniping a lot, so I'm going to include some sniping setups. But this is the top 5 loadouts in Warzone. I know you guys are gonna love them, but we're gonna start out with the MP40. Now we're gonna start out with the recoil booster for the increased fire rate with a little reduction of accuracy. Not the biggest deal because you're not even gonna notice a slight reduction of accuracy. Then we're gonna put on the VDD 189mm short for the damage range and limb damage. Now there's a slight reduction of headshot damage, but honestly, who cares? Trust me when I say this right here is the meta setup, and we're only 2 attachments in. We still have many more to go. Slate reflector is one of them for the magnification and precision sight. Trust me, I'll say this is just personal preference. Some people use niter. You could actually use the Kar98 ISO 1M for the slit and increased aim down sight if you want to use that. If you don't want to, like I said, slate reflector is an option. Both are fine, but then I put on the Kar98 33M foldings for strength of fire and movement speed. You get a slight reduction of initial firing recoil, but then we compensate that with brace to actually increase initial firing recoil. So this cancels out the folding and basically makes it even better. So then we put on quick for sprint speed, and you could use on hand for a slight increase of ADS. That's the meta setup. I like using quick just for faster sprint speed, but if you want faster ADS, then you can use on hand. Then we're gonna go with the polymer grip for flinch resistance increase and accuracy and recoil during sustained fire increase. Trust me when I say, when you get in gunfights, you're gonna want to use polymer grip so your gun is not bouncing all over the place when you're actually fighting. Move on to the Gorenko 7.62 45 round mag for the increase of recoil control, movement speed, and downside speed and fire rate. Now I think it's kind of interesting you increase movement speed with a mag, but I mean, hey, that's Call of Duty for you. You get a decrease of bullet velocity, damage, bullet penetration, and damage range, but we fix that with lengthen to increase bullet velocity. Do not use incendiary and do not use hollow point because hollow point got nerfed like substantially, so it's not even worth it. Incendiary reduces the bullet velocity and damage even more. You don't want that. I don't think the trade-off is worth it. And last but not least, we put on the M1941 hand stop for recoil control and accuracy with a slight reduction of hipfire accuracy. You're not even going to notice. Next, we're putting on the Kar98. Guys, I love the Kar98, and this has been one of my personal favorite setups. The monolithic suppressor for sound suppression and damage range. You get a slight reduction of aim down sight speed and aim walking steadiness, but trust me when I say you're going to want to have that on there. Then we're going to put on the Singuard custom 25.1 inch for the damage range, bullet velocity, and recoil control. Now, I was using the 27.6, but when I realized that the 25.1 is basically just as good with less cons, I was like, screw it, let me just throw this on there. So this actually has a better ADS and movement speed than the 27.6, and that's why I chose that. Then put on the attack laser for aim down sight speed, aim stability, and aim walking steadiness. Now laser is going to be visible to the enemy, so you can't hard scope too much, or these people are going to figure out where you're coming from. Put on the sniper scope, and then I'm going to tell you which reticle to use because that one's very important. But I put on sleight of hand to reload much quicker. Trust me when I say you're going to want to reload this gun quickly, otherwise it's going to take forever to reload. Now the reticle, use the cross thread. Trust me when I say you don't want to use anything else. You don't want to use the default. Use cross thread. It's going to help you so much more with getting those headshots and making a clear target. Next, we're going to show you guys one of my personal favorites as well in this game, extremely fast TTK, and that is the Owen gun. We're going to start out with the recoil booster for the fire rate and slight reduction of accuracy. Not a big deal, but then we put on the Hawkinson 142mm rapid for fire rate increase and hip fire accuracy. Now you get a slight reduction of accuracy and on sight speeds from fire speed and damage, but it's not a big deal. Trust me when I say this barrel is absolutely insane, and we're going to compensate everything. We're going to put on a slate reflector. If you want to put on niter, it's completely up to you. Try not to use any other one. It's not really going to help you too much other than possibly the hybrid, which is this. You can put on the slate version of it and it's not going to show the magazine, but other than that I don't really recommend anything else. Put on remove stock for movement speed, aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, and aim walking movement. Get a slight reduction of accuracy and recoil control and aim walking steadiness, but this SMG already has low recoil and we're still going to compensate. So we're going to put on acrobatic for movement speed and sprinting move speed. Now some people didn't use brace, some people want to use fleet, completely up to you what you want to use, but I'm using acrobatic. And then I put on quick. Now some people are going to use on hand for the increase of sprint to fire speed, ADS speed, you know what I mean. Completely up to you if you choose to do that. That's meta, but I chose quick. Then polymer grip, once again, for the flinch resistance increase and accuracy and recoil during sustained fire. So in these gunfights, your gun doesn't bounce all over the place. I put on the 7.62 Gorenko 72 round drums because 72 bullets, guys, you get recoil and accuracy control, you get a fire rate increase, and you have 72 bullets, guys. Absolutely insane. Now you get a slight reduction of aim down sight speed, reload quickness, bullet penetration, and bullet velocity and range, but we compensate that with lengthened to fix that problem. And then we put on the M1941 hand stop just to help you out a little bit more with the recoil control and accuracy, get a slight reduction in hipfire accuracy. And this gun right here is my personal favorite for the meta Owen gun. Now some people like using precision, some people think that it's the best one just for the headshot damage, and it may as well be, but I like using this. I feel like this is way more consistent than having to pray to get one headshot or two headshots to actually make this count. We're gonna throw on the EM2 next, guys. You guys know I love my EM2. It's absolutely insane. We're gonna start with the agency suppressor for sound suppression, vertical recoil control, bullet velocity, and effective damage range. This is a gun you can use on console or PC and still absolutely go crazy with it. If we use a 25.8 task force for the bullet velocity, horizontal recoil control, effective damage range, and vertical recoil control with a slight reduction of aim, walking movement speed, hipfire accuracy. You're not going to hipfire this gun. Aim down sight speed and sprinting move speed. Put on the axial arms ×3 to make it more like an AR. Stay nag 50 round for the ammo capacity. You get a slight reduction of ADS. If you don't want that, then you can put on the 40 round and you won't have that problem. Then put on the field agent grip for horizontal recoil control and vertical recoil control. Sacrifice firing move speed and ADS firing move speed. Guys, this right here, this EM2 is literally the strongest AR in Warzone in general. So I highly recommend throwing this on there, trying it out, at least for a game or two if you don't like, and then you go back to the AK-47 or whatever else you want to use. But I think in my personal preference, that is the gun to use. Now the last one I want to show you guys is the Lapa, and this one can be used as a, oh, I got a playlist update. Now this one can be used as a sniper support, or it can even be used as just the SMG that you could also use as an AR. You can use tempered with it or whatever if you don't want to have like a secondary AR. This SMG is absolutely insane because it shreds close range and long range. We start out with the agency suppressor with sound suppression, vertical recoil control, bullet velocity, and effective damage range. Then we put on the 7.9 rifle. Some people use the BR compact for the increased damage, and because it's the final attachment, trust me when I say you don't want this one. The reduction of fire rate is actually substantial, so use the damage and fire rate increase 7.9 rifled. Then you're gonna put on the Microflex LED just because the sight actually sucks, in my opinion. I think the regular sight is not good, so make sure you use the Microflex LED. I'm using the 40 rounds. A lot of people actually use the 50 round, just have more bullets to kill with. And last but not least, I use the bruiser grip for movement speed and hip fire accuracy. This build right here is the ultimate Lapa build, and with these 5 guns, I think you guys will have the time of your lives in Warzone and Rebirth Island. So try them out for yourself. Let me know in the comment section what gun you guys use, and if this helped you guys out, leave a like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. See you guys tonight on stream, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.